Welcome to Spark Hill, New York. This is Jim from 1-800-OLD-TOYS. Today I have a number 35 farm, steak, and horse trailer. This is the box. It's certainly brown from age, and it's authentic. You could tell it has the copper staples and also the label of the manufacturer, Waldorf Paper Products Company, with the year 1961. That's how you tell when the box was made. And this happens to be I believe, a 59. I'm not sure. Maybe they made them after 59. I'm not the expert, and there's plenty of those out there. I'm just here to show you what the box looks like, how much it cost when it was new, $4.97, and the rest of the flaps are in there, which is very important because a box missing flaps is not a box. It's a partial box. This one's printed by D. Anderson and Crew, which is a nice way to do it. Pride and workmanship. Used to be important. Hope it still is. And here's the rest of the label. And you have the nice blue lettering. And so with this bottom piece, I'll be able to basically repair this box, and then I'll probably, like I do my other boxes, is wrap it in plastic to keep the air from drying it out any further, and also from the box making dust. And they make a lot of dust. They take up a lot of room too. This one appears that it had a little exposure to water, but nothing significant, as we'll see when we look at the toy. Unbreakable steel, Mound, Minnesota. Strong indication that this was one of the early ones. So let me put this box aside for now. And let's take a look at the toy. Again, my number is 1-800-OLD-TOYS. I could be reached at oldtoys@yahoo.com if you have any questions about toys you may have. I could provide you with some information and maybe even point you in the right direction depending upon what you want to do with the toy. Plenty of people to buy toys. Plenty of people will offer you money. But you have to know what you have before you sell it. Even if it's not interesting to you, it could be very special. So this is the Tonka Farms bed and truck. You could see I hope you could see the finish on the paint. It hasn't been waxed. It's got a very nice patina. And as you could see by the label, it's an original label. There's some yellowing there. That's what you want to see. You want to see bright white tires. A lot of them become yellowed. I'm not sure exactly how that happens, but it could have something to do with the sun. This one hasn't seen much sun. I haven't cleaned the bumper, and I don't intend on doing anything to this toy because it's original and it looks wonderful the way it is. There's some soiling here, and I tested it, and it comes off. And depending upon when I'm in the mood, I might, take a look at this truck to try to maybe prevent it from getting damaged, but certainly not for the purpose of just cleaning it. That's something that you could always do, but you'll never find a toy like this unless you wait decades for it to become in this condition. So you don't want to put water on it. You don't want to try to clean it. If you really don't know anything about the toy, or if you're not familiar with antique toys or collectible toys, you really shouldn't touch them at all. You shouldn't throw anything out. You shouldn't discard anything at the bottom of the box, even though it may look like it doesn't belong with the toy. You can see here there's some paint imperfections, And actually, you want to see this because this is how you could determine whether it's an authentic toy. If this was a repainted toy, you would probably find it to be in perfect condition. And perfect condition is definitely a red flag for me. And I'll show you some Tonka trucks. Other than this, I have a collection. I will be making more videos of trucks in various conditions, mostly in excellent to near mint and mint condition. I had to focus on those trucks because of, space constraints. The big trucks, the tractor trailer trucks, they take up the space of, well, two of them take up the space of three trucks. And this actually is a Tonka Farms truck, and it comes with the Tonka Farms trailer. So before we get to see the trailer and the horses and the accessories, I wanted to show. This is a book produced by the DeSalles. It's a very good book. It doesn't have everything in it, but it has a lot of good information and a lot of pictures. So over here you could see this is the 59 Tonka Farms with horse trailer number 35. And that matches up with the box. Happens to be the same color. Apparently they made this in different colors, green, and probably other colors I'm not familiar with, or maybe that some people have and weren't produced in the book. In '61, it came as part of a farm set, which is pretty interesting because in the back you could see, well, maybe you could see, there's a pickup truck and there's an open trailer with white horses in it. So that probably would have been a real joy for a boy or two boys, or a boy and a girl or two girls. They got two trucks, they got to play together. So this could be a 59. The box says, I think it was, 61? So it's probably, probably was produced multiple years. And since the box says 1961, we'll go with 61. But if you have a toy and you don't have the box and it's made multiple years, there are other ways to tell what year it's made in most cases, not in all cases. So with this particular model, I don't know of any variations that would indicate what year it was made. So we'll just go from there. And here is the trailer. Let me put the book out of the way now. The trailer is exquisite. It's a white trailer, so you're gonna see that the white paint is not as shiny as it would have been if it was new, or even if it was washed, but it's got this powdery type of glow to it, and it does have a film of dirt, dust. You could see the dirt and dust. I tested it in a couple of areas, and that would come all clean. You could give it a nice warm, soapy bath just by applying it and drying it. I've had collections of trucks where I just piled them in the kitchen sink and started washing them, and some of you might have seen that on the internet somewhere. But so this is a Tonka Farms. It has the same red lettering. It has the horse. It's a horse trailer. Here you have a cow, or at least I live outside of New York City, so I think that's a cow. It's got the same tires. The tires are nice and bright. And if I turn it over carefully, I don't know if you could see it, but these tires have really seen no wear. So if this was ever played with, it was probably a carpet toy. So I picked up this particular farm set together with an outstanding set, a number 975-6 State Highway Department set in the box. that also was never played with, and I'll be showing that in a later video. So this Tonka Farms trailer has 2 horses in it, and the horses look like, you know, they have never left the stable or left the trailer. I refuse to open the door because I don't want to scratch. I don't want to scratch the paint, and needless to say, these original chains are hard to find if you lose them. They haven't been clipped in here to hold the ramp shut, as you know, kids would ordinarily try to do. And maybe they're used to hold the ramp up. I don't know. I've never played with this toy. It does have one small scratch, but that's to be expected since this has been sitting in the box, and who knows how many places it's been before it ended up in my trunk. Here's another imperfection, which is an indication that this is not a repaint, not a restoration. You know, imperfections in mass production was common. One item that I do have here that I want to show you also is the racks. Now these racks are in very good condition, and they've been in the truck. I could tell they've been in the truck. So I'm assuming that, you know, somebody had this on the carpet, which is not a big deal. I mean, if it had an insert that displayed the truck and the trailer like the one we saw in the book that came with the pickup truck and the open horse trailer, that would be, you know, different, because if you have a display insert and you have trucks in there that have not been taken out, that have not been played with, it's a significant increase in the value, because just the rarity in having a set that hasn't been played with or hasn't been taken out of the box makes it even a lot extra special, in my opinion. A lot of these toys, when the child took the toy out of the boxes sometimes were used to pack away the Christmas or, you know, holiday wrappings. So a lot of times when you'll see collections, you'll actually, you know, see boxes that say Christmas ornaments or stuff like that. So this particular fence sits in here nicely, goes all the way down, and it does this consistently, except when it gets to the back here. Oh, that worked there. That doesn't really work there. So when I took these out and looked at them and tried to put them in, only 1 or 2 of them actually sat in properly. And I said to myself, I got those 2 in, right? And I looked at closely at the fencing, and I noticed that this particular dimension was flared. So I squeezed them in a little bit in an attempt to see if I could do a post-production improvement, and I failed. I don't know why I can't get them in. I could force them in and they'll stick there, and I don't want to, you know, unnecessarily scratch up the vehicle or the gates by putting them in and out. The fences are in excellent condition. So if I put these in like this, they look fine. For all I know, you know, a parent might have given this to their children and realized that the fences weren't going in and said, oh, I got to fix that. And they put it away and they forgot all about it. I find toys that, for example, like a riding toy that has a loose nut in the front wheel, and it was never used, and it was put up in the attic, and you know that's why it looks like it was never used and brand new, because there was something wrong with it. Really wasn't that big of a deal, but at the time it was probably better just to keep, you know, little Johnny away from it. So these this basically has a trailer hitch in the back that is just, you know, a regular trailer hitch. There's nothing special about it. I haven't hooked it up because I don't want it to, you know, become scratched unnecessarily. So I'm just going to lay it on top. And so you can see that the set is a pretty handsome set. I mean, you could put toys in the back and roll around on the floor outside, take the horses out, let them graze, and have a really good time. So this is the, I'm going to say, a 1961 Tonka number 35 farm stake and horse trailer in, I would say, mint, pretty much unplayed with condition. I mean, other than the rub marks on these fences here, it's immaculate. It's the way you want to find it. The box is going to be repaired. It's going to be wrapped in plastic. This is going to be put away. I'm not going to say what the value of it is because it's difficult to give a value of a toy unless it's sitting in front of you. And if you need the value of a toy that you have to have it sitting in front of somebody who's an expert who could really appraise it for you. If you look on the internet, you'll see toys like this go for, $100, $200, $300. But if you look closely, you will notice that they might have wheel wear, they might have scratches, it was played with, it's knocked up. And when it comes to toys and rarity, toys that have not been played with or have only been carpet toys are much more desirable because it's very difficult to find a better example than one that's only been played on the carpet. And if you find one that's only been displayed and has never been played with, then you have something that is really special. And unfortunately, people come across those items and they basically take them out and they see them and they look at them and they try to put them back in. They don't put them back in right. And before you know it, the box is being teared and all sorts. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I will be running a lot of my toys through my YouTube channel. My number is 1-800-OLD-TOYS. You can reach me at oldtoys@yahoo.com. And I want to thank you for watching. Have a great night.